Hey, in today's video we'll be talking about best camera for YouTube. Starting YouTube channel, it might not be as easy as some might think. That's why I decided to create this YouTube video to help you along the way to decide what camera would be the best for you. Okay, so let's get started. When starting a YouTube channel, you need to decide what camera would be the best for you. And what I mean by the best for you, it's exactly that. Good camera or good fit for someone might not necessarily be the best fit for you. And this is why I decided to divide this YouTube video in two parts. The first part will be dedicated for people who just start a YouTube channel and those who hasn't started to monetize the channel, which means you probably under 4,000 watch hours and you have under 1,000 subscribers. If you are fitting in this category, then I would recommend you watching this video, the first part especially, and once you have seen the first part, feel free to watch the second part. The second part will be dedicated to people who already are established in a YouTube channel business. So mainly the people who already are earning some money from it and looking into improving their channel and would like to find out obviously what will be the best camera for the YouTube channel, what will be the best camera for them. There's lots of videos out there about cameras, people testing the cameras and mentioning what the good things are about the camera, pros and cons about particular cameras, and those are very useful videos, so I would definitely recommend watching them. What lots of people not mentioning is basically you will get lots of people pushing you certain make of a camera which might not necessarily be a good fit for you. So in the first part of this video, what I wanted to say, and it's the most important thing what I want you to get out of this video, is that not necessarily something what is the best fit for someone else gonna be the best fit for you. It all depends where you are at the moment with your YouTube channel. So let's going back to the start of my video. As I mentioned before, if you are just a beginner and you just obviously starting your YouTube channel, you starting to make some videos, all you need at this point of time is simple your phone. Yes, you heard me right. You don't need to invest in a camera, and I would actually advise against it. You should use your phone, whatever phone you've got. It doesn't matter if you've got an iPhone, it doesn't matter if you've got different type of a phone, if it's, you know, if it's kind of old phone or old generation, as long as it's got a video features, then you're completely fine. Why I'm recommending to use your phone at the beginning of your YouTube channel. At the start of your YouTube journey, it's quite hard to establish what you actually want from it, what kind of audience you're after, and what you actually want to do on YouTube. So the best thing to do, especially that you are still learning how to edit your videos, how to add the music, you know, how everything works, it will get a little bit to get used to everything and be a pro at what you want to be. What I would recommend to do at the very beginning is simply use your phone and get a feel of it, get yourself familiar with editing program. So if you're using, let's say, iMovie, I'm using iMovie at the moment. It's obviously free of charge, and it took me a while to be honest to get used to it, to make sure I know how to add the music, how to change stuff, how to cut things, how to add this, how to delete this, how to add some, you know, sound effects. So it takes a while. I would say it takes a couple of months to actually get used to it and be able to, you know, put a video together the way you want. I'm not saying you have to wait till you're gonna be perfect at doing what you will be doing. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it does take a while to make your videos the way you want them to be. So if you like me, you probably want everything certain way. From my experience, it didn't matter what camera I was using at the beginning, because it is always will improve later on, and it will help you to actually start with something simple. That's very important, that you don't get yourself in a point where you're just starting but you decided to, you know, invest in a proper professional camera which you can't even use because you don't know how to. So the best thing you can ever do is simply use your phone, use your mobile phone. It doesn't matter what kind of phone it is. Get familiar with the editing program first. So it does take roughly a year to start earning on YouTube, on average of course, so it might take you longer, so don't get discouraged if it will take you longer. It depends on lots of factors, you know, how long it will take you to start earning, so that's completely fine. My advice is don't give up and don't stop making YouTube videos. What you can do is you should start, my best advice is you should start as early as possible and make as many videos as possible. This will not only help you get better and better with time without investing any money whatsoever, but also it will improve quality of your video itself, because the editing makes the video obviously better, and getting better at using the editing program will essentially help you improve your channel. So going back to my first point and the main point of the first part of the video, if you are a beginner then, or you haven't started to earn money from your YouTube channel, you should definitely use your phone to make videos. Around a year you won't be earning a penny from your YouTube channel, and I wouldn't recommend you investing money when you're not getting anything for return just yet. I would definitely recommend to invest money in your YouTube channel once you start earning on it and you know that, you know, you can make some money of it. So at this point, when you start earning on YouTube channel, you should definitely invest and look into investing money in your first YouTube camera. Okay, we're now moving to part 2. So the part 2, it will be mainly for you guys who are already established, or you just nearing to get to those 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. You're nearly there, and at this point you should start, not once you cross that point, but just before that point, just when you're reaching to, you know, make it on YouTube as a professional YouTuber, you can call yourself at that point, as obviously you're gonna start earning money from it, and it will obviously go only easier from that point. After a year being on YouTube, you will obviously know how to use editing programs, and you will be probably a kind of pro at this point. Comparing to your first YouTube channel, you have to agree that at this point, after a year of being on YouTube and making regular or irregular videos, hopefully regular, then you will think that your first video is nothing to compare to your video which you just made a few days ago. And if this is the case, then you should start thinking about buying your first YouTube camera. What camera you should buy, it will all depends, as I keep mentioning through the video. It will all depends, and it doesn't fit one for all and one the best for everyone. And because you're listening to the video of a professional who recommending you should buy this camera, doesn't mean that will be the best camera for you. I will mention at the end of this video what is the camera I'm using personally and why it's good fit for me. The camera which you should be buying, or what you should be doing after a year of being on YouTube, and after basically knowing that you will be making money out of it, you should definitely start researching the cameras. The best thing to research is basically two options. You can go to the shop in person obviously and have a look at the different cameras and what's there on offer and what you think is the best, and compare them obviously, or keep watching the review on YouTube about different types of cameras. And to be honest, personally, I have checked both of those options because I like to do my research, as they say. So first of all, I went to the shop and I had in mind already what camera I was kind of interested in. So I went to the shop and knew exactly the model, make of the camera I wanted to have a look. Wanted to have a, you know, feel how heavy it is, how easy it would be to hold the camera, because obviously you're using your camera, you need to do different angles, and it's important how heavy it is. If you're gonna be holding the camera yourself, if you're gonna have to have something, you know, stick to hold the camera, that is important part as well. I need to think about this point about different equipment also. When you're buying your first camera, it's not only camera you will have to buy. Basic stuff you need to know about buying your first camera is that you can buy two types of cameras, which I didn't know at the beginning, and I guess you can't blame me. So if you don't know it yet, you can buy camera which got already the lens included and it's not removable. So once you buy it, that's what you stock with and that's what you get. You get a camera as a whole package including the lens. The second type of cameras, you can get a cameras which you can buy on its own, or with a lens which is removable. Some cameras and some makes of cameras, obviously, and they produce different types of lenses, and some are more expensive than the others. Obviously, when you expect that the one which are more expensive will be better quality. This can be the case, but it doesn't have to be. So if you're blindly buying a camera without doing your research, you might end up essentially buy the camera, which is waste of your money. The problem which a lot of YouTubers don't realize, especially beginners, is that once you buy the camera, it's a massive switch from the normal phone, mobile phone, and it's getting a little bit to get used to. First of all, once you invest in your camera, once you're ready and think that's the time for you, you've done your research, you chose the camera you wanted to buy, what you need to think about is that you're getting a camera. Sometimes you get a camera and separate lens, so you need to do your research what lens will be good for you. So you already got camera, you already got lens, you need something to hold your camera, so some kind of good quality stick. You need to think that the stick has to be better quality and has to be quite heavy to hold a camera. So it's very important you check the weight of your camera you want to buy, because many mistakes what beginners actually do is buying a very light stick which can hold probably your mobile phone, but it won't hold your camera. The cameras are good quality cameras are usually very heavy, which some people might not take into account when buying all the other equipment to go with it, all adding up. So just be aware of that. And once you decided what camera to get, the best thing is to actually do your research and watch quite a few YouTube videos. I have watched a lot of YouTube videos before I decided. Mainly it was reviews of different types of cameras. I personally decided to go for Canon. I will share what camera I've got, and this is how it looks like. And so I could buy the body of the camera on its own, or I could have, and lens separate, so I could have chosen from wide range of lenses, and then I could have buy the camera with some basic lens which came as a set. It was obviously a bit cheaper, but it was basic lens. I decided to buy the body of the camera and buy the lens separate. I've done my research, and the lens I went for, I want to have kind of blurry background. So I guess blurry background is mostly for people who want to do a lot of reviews of a product. If you are a total beginner, I would say stick to using your camera on your phone, so stick to using your mobile phone. It doesn't matter what kind of phone it is, it will help you in lots of ways. Save loads of money by holding and not buying your first camera just yet. And once you establish yourself on a YouTube business, then you will know that you're gonna start earning from it, and you will get a return for your camera very quickly. Make sure you are really good at editing your YouTube video and using the programs. You know what you can do with your videos, how the best to edit them. And then later on, once you cross or getting very close to getting monetized on YouTube, so you can start doing your research. So I would say go ahead, go to the shop, have a feel and compare a few cameras, see what's the best are on offer at that time. Definitely watch lots of YouTube reviews on different cameras to see what the features are and what they can offer you, what will be the best fit for you. It will all depend on the type of a channel you're gonna have. Personally, I think I don't regret buying a camera at this point, obviously, as you will need to get a camera at some point. The cameras are expensive, but the Canon camera also, what I wanted to mention is that they are very simple to use. So once you're changing from your mobile phone, it's a massive change, massive jump to start using a camera. Cameras are not as simple as you might think. They've got lots of features nowadays, and we are in 2022. They've got lots of features, they've got lots of different options, but Canon have got as simple options as manual option, which everything is already set up for you and ready to go straight away when you take it out of the box. You know what you're doing, you're just taking video and it's perfect. So you can basically start using your camera in day one, straight out of the box, so pretty much as using the phone. Well, obviously it's heavy, so you have to get used to the weight of the camera. You want the camera which it will be simple in use, but the best quality you can get. Last thing I want to mention for those who are still thinking, oh, I haven't earned a penny from my YouTube channel, but I want to invest in a camera, because that would be massive investment for for a future. I would say hold with your decision, because personally I was thinking I haven't earned a penny from my YouTube channel, but I decided to invest in a camera, and then I have watched lots of videos and I was set on one particular camera, and then after a few months I was still holding off and then thinking, I'll wait a little bit longer. I'm happy I did, because after a while I realized that actually this wasn't the best camera for me, and I changed my mind, and then I am really happy with my camera, with my choice. And I'm happy that actually I did change my mind and I wasn't, rushing the decision to buy the camera. This was a very helpful video for you.